What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rongloo. I'm back with another video. I'm not gonna waste no time. We finna jump straight to the video. Today's video is basically about why you need to love yourself. Show love for yourself a little bit more. Show gratitude for yourself a little bit more. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned about self-love is self-love doesn't need approval. Self-love doesn't need validation. Self-love doesn't need anyone's opinion. You know what I'm saying? You are comfortable in your own skin of yourself and you comfortable in your own essence of a human being, then you dictate what's love and what's right and wrong for yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people spend their lives looking at other people's lives and look and thinking about other people's opinions and worry about other people's perception of them, and they think that that ties into their own worth when it doesn't at all, bro. Like when you love yourself, you have to be selfish with what you allow yourself to think about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because in this modern day and age with social media and all these different factors with the internet and stuff, a lot of people are feeling less self-love and they're looking outwards. They're looking outside of themselves. And that's not okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like self-love is something that is not something that you have to achieve by buying clothes, buying shoes, getting a new car, getting tattoos. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do none of that stuff in order to realize you love yourself. Self-love comes from within. You know what I'm saying? It comes from within. You don't need none of this external shit to say you love yourself. And most people that need all that shit, they don't even love themselves for real. That's why they coping with buying designer clothes and getting drugs and buying cars and clothes and shoes. By all means, go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. But when you somebody that has a higher intuition about yourself and you're looking at life from a different standpoint, you don't need those type of things. You know what I'm saying? This video reached the right crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? You're not like the rest of those people. You're not like the majority of people that need some new designer shoes, some new Balenciagas, and some new Amiri jeans, and some new tattoos, and a new Hellcat to feel good about themselves. You not like them, bro. You different. You special. You nothing like them people at all. You like me, you know. What I'm saying, and I ain't comparing us at all. I'm not trying to say it like that, but I'm saying like if this video reached you, you're nothing like the majority of people that operate in the world. You know what I'm saying? You don't need stuff that's outside of yourself to make you happy. And that's something that I live on too. So that's what I mean by you're like me. You know what I'm saying? We have similarities in that regard. And people that need a bunch of materialistic stuff and external stuff to make them happy, internally, they're not happy at all. You know what I'm saying? Internally, they're struggling. So that's why they need to cope with drugs, alcohol, women. That's why they need to cope with shoes, clothes, cars. You know what I'm saying? That's why they need to cope with clout, fame, whatever you want to call it. They need a lot of stuff to cope with the fact that internally they feel shitty about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're lonely. You know what I'm saying? Internally, they don't have no connection with themselves. You know, they don't have no connection with God, the universe. They don't have no connection within none of those things. So that's why they have to cope with getting external factors. You know what I'm saying? They have to keep doing it too as well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's out here living their lives based off the fact that they can't make themselves happy internally. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem, bro. Self-love is something that's not needed from the outside. It's something that's inside. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go buy this and buy that and do this and do that to earn self-love. You don't have to earn self-love. You simply just are. You simply just be the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You simply are the best version of yourself. Once you start looking inward, you start asking yourself certain questions, and you start realizing like, hey, this is me. This is what I love to do. This is my life. You start to realize like self-love is not something that's outside of you. It's something that's within you. You know what I'm saying? And that's something a lot of young people struggle with. Like a lot of young people struggle with realizing that you don't have to go buy this and buy that and do this and do that to earn the right to love yourself. All you have to do is look within. All you got to do is pray, meditate, journal, do something that gives you a better connection with God, the universe, in yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people misconcept how self-love is categorized with looking outside of yourself. Oh, I gotta go buy these designer shoes. I gotta go buy this designer pants. I gotta go buy this. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that. I gotta go do that. And that's not the case at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. All that stuff is cool. You know, it's cool to have nice things. I'm not saying that it's not cool to have nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you work hard for it, okay, go do that by all means. But all I'm saying is that people should not tie their self-love into external factors at all. You should not tie your self-love and your self-worth into external things. You do not have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't at all. So that's all I want to make clear. Like, a lot of people get that misconstrued that self-love is tied into having things, external things, you know what I'm saying? And people may seem like they make it seem like that when they buy these things, it makes life a ton better. Like, it don't, bro. You know, people buy the things, they buy the designer shoes, they buy whatever, and then guess what? After a day or two, after they didn't use it up or whatever, guess what? They need something new. They need a new pair of shoes. They need a new car. They need a new girl to entertain. They need, you know what I'm saying? Whatever people use to cope with in self love. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they need, they just realize that it's not enough, and they have to go do the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that a lot of people don't even realize. Like, you can fix that by just looking within yourself. You don't have to look outside of yourself and say, man, I need to go buy these shoes. I need to go talk to these girls. I need to go do this. I need to go do that. You don't got to do none of that, bro. You just simply look within yourself. You have everything you need within yourself right now in this moment. Right now in the present, you have everything you need. You have your mind. You have thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You're in good health. You know what I'm saying? You're in good wealth. Even if you're not financially stable, if you don't have a job, if you broke, whatever the case may be, you still have to speak life into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an abundance thing. You know what I'm saying? You could be somebody, it's somebody that could be piss poor right now, but they have an abundance mindset and they still are grateful for the position that they're in. They're still grateful to be waking up and being alive. And that person somehow get further than a person that already has money, that already has this and X, Y, Z. But that person is thinking from a scarcity mindset. You take two people, you take somebody, this besides self-love, but this ties into it as well. Abundance ties into self-love too. But you take somebody that doesn't have a job, that's poor, that's broke, but they wake up every day grateful and they pray to God, and they make it clear that they make it clear to themselves that they have abundance of life. You know what I'm saying? They realize that everything that they have in their life is an abundance of something and they're grateful for it. And then you take another person that has a job, has a car, and all of those sorts of things, and they're thinking from a scarcity mindset. They're thinking from a mindset of, well, I still gotta chase after this. I still gotta chase after that. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking from a mindset of fear. They're scared to spend their money. Oh, I gotta save up for this. I gotta save up for that. I gotta pay this bill. I gotta pay that bill. Guess what? That person is gonna just be stable and stuck in a trap and loop of having a job. Meanwhile, the person that's broke, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote broke, that's thinking from an abundance mindset, that realizes the world is filled with opportunities and challenges to overcome, and you know what I'm saying, that person will go way further, way further. And truth be told, bro, people that have an abundance mindset, they love themselves. That ties into self-love. You know what I'm saying? I know this ties into the video I made earlier and stuff, but yeah, I had to bring that up again, bro. But yeah, man, self-love is something that everybody deserves to have, bro. Everybody deserves to love themselves without feeling judged or watched from the outside, bro. For real, for real. And a lot of things that I notice with people that don't love themselves is people that don't love themselves. They come from dysfunctional households. You know what I'm saying? They come from households where they was told they weren't gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying? They was told that, they was told since a child that they couldn't do shit. You know, they was made fun of. They were probably bullied in school. You know what I'm saying? And all that's cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean as an adult you don't deserve the right to not love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let all that stuff go, bro. Cause that's the past. The past is the past. Let all that stuff go and just realize the person that you are becoming, the person that you are today. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the case with a lot of people that don't really love themselves. You know what I'm saying? They come from a dysfunctional childhood and stuff like that in that nature, you know, and they just reflecting upon the things that was put upon them, like the emotions, the negative emotions and words that was put upon them and stuff like that. But you just have to let all that stuff go and realize that you can be whoever you want to be, and that self-love doesn't have to be something that's negative. It doesn't have to be something that's outside of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Self-love come from within. You could take me from example. Self-love come from within. You could take me, a nigga like me, for example. I'm not a nigga that need to go buy a whole bunch of shit to feel like I love myself. I'm not a nigga that need to do that. I'm not a nigga that need to go buy some tattoos, go get my whole skin tatted. I don't need to go get some fucking Lambins and some Dior shoes. I don't need some Amiris. I don't need no fucking new Chrome Hearts hoodie and none of that shit. Yeah, that shit cool. Don't get me wrong. That shit is cool, but I don't need that shit to feel like I love myself, because it's about what's within. You know what I'm saying? What Lil Baby say? This shit in me, it ain't on me. You know what I'm saying? This shit in me, it ain't on me. He literally meant that, bro. A lot of people don't even know what that mean. They saying the shit. Literally, that self-love come from within. Self-love come from within. It's not about what the fuck you got on. It's not about external materialistic shit. It's not about the money. It's not about no cars. It's not about no clothes. You can get all of that shit, and guess what? You will still be somebody that's depressed. You will still be somebody that's not happy with yourself, because you don't love yourself from within. You don't have no connection with yourself. You don't pray. You don't meditate. You don't journal. You don't do nothing spiritual. You don't do anything that gives you a higher self and a higher sense of self-worth. You know what I'm saying? You don't do anything that connects yourself to your higher self. And that's why a lot of rich people and millionaires are suicidal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you don't believe me, go look it up. It's millionaires out here committing suicide. So what does that tell you about money? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? If people are millionaires, what does that tell you about this money shit? It don't mean nothing. It's paper. Money is man-made, bro. Money is man-made. Money is something that they made in the Matrix to keep people occupied and distracted from becoming them best selves. You know what I'm saying? They keep you chasing after it. You got to get a job to go make money. You got to do this. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, that's a whole nother video for another day. But, bro, self-love is not tied into materialistic and external shit, bro. Remember that. Self-love is not dictated off materialistic and external shit. Self-love comes within. You don't need that Chrome Heart shirt to feel like you love yourself. You don't need them Amiris to feel like you love yourself. You don't need them Balenciagas to feel like you love yourself. You don't need that Hellcat to love yourself. You don't need to go fuck X, Y, and Z amount of girls to feel like you love yourself as a man. You know what I'm saying? You don't need none of that shit, bro. You just need yourself. You need you. You need you, God, the universe, and a higher connection with yourself. That's it, bro. And that's all I want to make clear, bro. You don't need none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just remember to love yourself, bro. It's your boy Rongloo. We out.